Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Ba-Boom, the Political Vigilante, coming to you live from Gotham. Making Gotham great again, folks. So we talk a lot about crypto on the show. I've been talking about it for over 2 years. And one of the things I've talked about, especially after we had Max Kaiser and Stacy Herbert on the show, Max pointed out, Max is a Bitcoin maximalist or Bitcoin, whatever they call it. He only does Bitcoin. He warned everybody about all the altcoins. He said they're very susceptible to corruption and all this stuff. Well, this happened this past week, but FTX going belly up, and I'm going to go into an article about how bad that is. And this is the thing. And also one of the things I've been telling you on this show, if you watch this show or my late night crypto lounge that I do on Rockfin, I've been saying to you, don't keep your money on exchanges because they can have problems. They can go out of business. They can freeze your assets. Move it to a cold wallet. I've been saying this for 2 years. Well, if you had any crypto on FTX, it's frozen. And I was using BlockFi. Now, and I had their BlockFi credit card, which would pay you 1.5% in Bitcoin. And I was like, wow, this is a great way. And I would run my expenses through this card and I would accumulate Bitcoin. Well, in the spring, that started to get a little shaky. They also had staking where you could basically, it was like a high interest savings account for your crypto. You keep your crypto on their exchange and you can earn interest of it. But even after I talked to Max Kaiser, I even asked him about that. I said, what about staking? He goes, it's too risky because the interest you potentially could make is not going to be worth anything if they seize all of your crypto. So in the spring, when all these problems started happening, and I saw some problems with BlockFi, and I told you guys, I said, I pulled everything off of there. I kept just barely anything on there. And I'm glad that I did that because I got an email 2 days ago or Friday or something saying, because BlockFi, there's a rumor going around that BlockFi had all of its money on FTX and it's going belly up. That's not accurate according to BlockFi. I'll actually read you. I'll read you their emails that they sent me. I just want you to hear it from them. I don't want to paraphrase it. So this is the email that I got an email saying your BlockFi credit card is suspended. You can't use it. And we can't do any trades on BlockFi. And I was like, wow. And I'm glad I only had a handful of money on there, not a lot. I moved 95% of it to my cold wallet in the spring, which I urged all of you to do. Dear Graham, we know the past few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We are deeply saddened to see the devastation that is cascading across an industry that we love and believe in, touching the lives, blah, 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 our top priority, blah, 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 corporate speak. After everything we accomplished this summer to protect BlockFi, last week's news regarding FTX was unexpected for us at BlockFi and for so many others. We are working around the clock to evaluate all of our available options. Where do things stand today? We determined late last week that in the current environment, we would no longer operate our business as usual. Crypto Casey was the one that said, don't leave it on the exchanges because she's been through this before. Given that FTX and its affiliates are now in bankruptcy, the most prudent decision for us in the interest of all clients is to continue to pause many of our platform activities for now. The rumors that a majority of BlockFi assets are custodied at FTX are false. Okay, that's important to know. That said, we do have significant exposure to FTX and associated corporate entities that encompass obligations owed to us by Alameda, assets held at FTX.com, and undrawn amounts from our credit line with FTX US. While we continue to work on recovering, so they haven't gotten their money, we continue to our obligations owed to BlockFi. We expect that recovery of obligation owed to us by FTX will be delayed as FTX works through the bankruptcy process. At this time, withdrawals from BlockFi continue to be paused. So I tried to withdraw the little that I had there, and they were like, no. We also continue to ask clients not to submit any deposits to BlockFi wallet or interest accounts. Regarding our credit card product, BlockFi relies on partners to deliver the credit card product and distribute rewards. Customers may have received communication that didn't originate from BlockFi, but from our partners Evolve Bank and Deserve. We are working because Evolve Bank controls the credit card. So a day or two before this credit card or this email happens, like Thursday or Friday, I think. Friday is when I got the email saying the BlockFi credit card is done, but Evolve Bank uses it. We're working with our partners and intend to directly provide further details on our credit card program as and when appropriate. What's next? There are a number of scenarios. It may be blah, blah, blah. As we work to expeditiously, blah, blah, our team is the thing. We would communicate through our blah, 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 blah. Unreal. So, like, what this does, it confirms everything Max Keiser said. And this is the thing people really need to understand. The difference between Bitcoin and the altcoins and the FTX debacle, which I'm going to show you in a second, shows you why you don't want to leave it on exchanges. You want to put it on a cold wallet. Crypto Casey, in the 2.5 years I've been watching here, says the time to get your crypto off of the exchanges was yesterday. Don't leave it on there. Unless you keep a little on there to day trade or whatever, but pull it off. 95% of my crypto is on a cold wallet. So, and this is the important difference. FTX is an exchange and they gambled, and I'm going to show you how corrupt it was. Bitcoin is digital gold. That's why if you buy, you have to buy Bitcoin on some exchange. As soon as you buy it, put it on a cold wallet and let it sit there. Also have multiple exchanges if one goes down or whatever, like is what happened with FTX. But the real difference here too is, an FTX, I'm sure, had its own coin or whatever. Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin doesn't have a CEO. Bitcoin doesn't have offices. That's why Max Keiser was like, you can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. Go back and watch that interview with him and Stacy. It's more relevant today than it was when he said it because of all this FTX stuff that's happening. So, full disclosure, I own a handful of altcoins, but I'm looking at them as just stocks. And if they hit certain numbers, I'm cashing out. That's what I'm doing. And we'll convert some of them to Bitcoin, and the rest of it I'll use. My goal is to buy a house again, since I lost my house to foreclosure thanks to our corrupt banking system that owns both parties. And I watched Bush and Obama allow 6 million foreclosures to happen. My goal is to use crypto to buy a house again, to kind of go, haha. But this is the thing that Max warned us about, that Crypto Casey warned us about. And it's why, when everyone's like, a year and a half ago when the crypto was going nuts, everyone's like, I got to buy this coin. Everyone's like wanting to buy a coin at 2 cents and then it jumps to $1,000 and everyone's a billionaire. I'd be leery of that. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood, and go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.